I say 1, 2, 3, go, then go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Welcome to.
Girl,
Okay, sorry.
Hey guys.
Sorry. Okay. Hey guys, welcome to Parental Guidance with the Baes family.
I'm Ava.
I'm Taylor.
And I'm Ian.
We're back with the ghetto mics.
Hey, welcome back to episode 2. We hope you loved episode 1. That was really like a cool episode.
It was a deep talk.
Yeah, really deep. Things that I didn't even know. So we hope that I got it now. Like and subscribe below or to the right or to the left. I don't know. To the right.
I don't really know where the button.
Well, like and subscribe because we need your support and we need to fund new mics.
And share the video.
Yeah, share the video.
Your
Yep.
friends.
Thank you. Man, that's why I need young people.
He's so old.
So like we said, parental guidance with the Baes fam is about helping parents and teens deal with life. We're going to talk about life, love, sex, drugs, alcohol, rock and roll from a teen's perspective, but also from an adult parent perspective. So today's topic, what is it?
I don't even know. What is it?
It's about puberty.
Puberty! I forgot.
So we're going to talk about puberty. I'm going to give the mics over to Taylor and Ava. My first question is, when you guys first learned about sex in school, how did you feel as a kid? Because I learned it in 8th or 9th grade. I was kind of like a teenager already. I think I was already going through puberty. So I think they teach it earlier in where where you guys grew up in Manorville.
No, before sex ed. Well, it's not called sex ed. It's called health.
Yeah.
First, it was like fourth. Wait, what grade is it? 5th? No, it was like 4th grade where they taught you about your periods first. And it's like this like whole presentation about your periods, and they give you like, you know, like a Happy Meal. They give you like a Happy Meal box with like tampons and like pads and stuff in 4th grade. And then in 7th grade or 8th grade, I think I took health. And they basically were talking about, it's like sex ed. It's all about your body, about sex and stuff. But I didn't really last long enough in the class to learn about sex. Actually, I didn't last long enough in the class. But when I took,
Wait, so you didn't really get the whole full kit and caboodle?
I mean, I remember
Oh my god.
like they would talk about it, and like everyone in class would just like laugh.
I literally, when I was in, what was it? New Lane? No, I didn't even have health.
You were in like 3rd grade, baby.
No. When I was in like 4th, 5th, and 6th, they didn't give classes about period, sex, nothing.
No,
Not even in the 6th grade. Nothing.
Oh, for me, I got a little
Maybe it was different.
presentation with a Happy Meal
No,
box with
no.
pads in it. In
This
4th grade,
year
and I
in
came home
Colombia,
traumatized.
It was the first time in school that they were talking about sex. In here in Destiny, when I'm in 8th grade, but like 4th, 5th, and 6th grade in the States, they didn't talk about that. So.
Oh, well, for me, I got like that period presentation in 4th grade when I didn't have my period yet. And then in like 6th grade, I got my period, I think, when I was like 14. Oh, wait, no, when I was like 13, I think.
What about you? I want to know your experience.
Wait, did they give you like the boys presentation about like their
No.
their like genitals?
So
stuff?
you want to hear the funny story with mine? I was in like 8th or 9th grade in Elmont Memorial High School. So they were like, so I remember the teacher, I forgot his name, but he was
So,
like a tall.
in 9th grade.
I think it was 8th or 9th. One of those two. It's got to be 8th. I think 9th. More likely 9th.
Well, high school is 9th grade to 12th
Oh,
grade.
yeah, that's true. Duh. Yeah, you're right. So like, he was like our basketball coach. And I remember him saying like, if I don't get these parental permissions to be able to talk to you guys about health and sex, you're gonna have to leave the classroom, go to the library, and learn about like all these genital diseases. And I'm like, what? Like he said something about Bachrach. Bachrach is like something like develops on your balls or something.
I have no idea. What
And I was like, okay. So I was like, Mom, I need this to be signed because I'm not learning about Bachrach, about genitals being like decrepit and stuff. So we start watching this video, and everybody, there's like girls and guys, and I'm like sitting probably in the 3rd row, and I'm looking around, and everybody's like this, like, because you see like a penis going in a vagina, but not like a sexual way. It was like a microscope, and you see water come out of the penis, and I was like, is that sperm? I was like, that's weird. How did they get? I'm thinking, how did they get the microscope in the vagina to record that? I'm not even thinking about. I'm thinking about how did they do this. Then they showed this lady pushing out a baby with her
Oh my
legs
gosh.
open, and just a baby comes out. Like I never seen a vagina look like that before. Like it was so. It was just kind of like very, like I don't know. I wouldn't say traumatizing, but very just weird. It was a weird presentation. I don't even remember the presentation, but I just remember the video. And after that, all my friends and I were just laughing after.
Yeah, all the guys in health class like
Yeah.
are always laughing, and the teacher is like, "Why are you guys laughing?" And then they would like kick them out because they were like laughing about penises
Yeah.
and stuff. It's not funny
So-
at all.
So that was your experience, basically.
Yeah. When I was like learning about that when I was in 8th grade, like everybody laughing, looking at each other. I even laughed because everybody was laughing and the teacher would get mad and like, this is serious. And it would just be funny. Like, and the way they like explain it and they just like say all this stuff and like everyone just like, cause it's like weird. Like the way they explain it and show it and like, I don't know, it's just like weird. Like,
I feel like in like health classes, they're like, it's good. Yeah, and they're kind of just like, if you have sex, you're gonna have a baby, and you're gonna have so many diseases, and I'm just like, what the heck?
So for me and your mom, I don't ever remember having a sex conversation with you guys ever.
No, never.
So, world out there, have those conversations with your, especially if you're a dad to girls or dad to boys or mom to boys. Like, just have those conversations. So, like, let me ask you guys a question. From 12, 13, 14, 15, and Ava's older than you, Taylor. She's 17, you're 14. How did you feel when you started experiencing like puberty, feeling things about boys? Like I know, like when you're young, you're like, "Yo, boys are disgusting. They're ugly. I don't want them."
Yeah,
Then to like,
hated
"Oh my
boys.
gosh, I can't stop thinking about boys." So how
I
did
can't
that?
stop thinking about Richard Rios.
oh my gosh. Very good.
Okay, for me, I didn't like start like looking at boys until I was like 14. No, until I was like 13. Like I used to be like probably.
God, I'm gonna get canceled.
Wait, I'm not saying the name.
Oh, in school, not like a
No.
Yo.
No, it's somebody from school. So, I think maybe when I was like in like 3rd or 4th grade. Probably like one of those boys, like one of the boys that I used to hang out with. But I'm not saying the name at all. I swear to
I kind of want to say mine.
No!
Yo,
You're gonna say it?
should I, Dad? I think you know who it is. It was in my 1st grade.
Oh my gosh, Jarve! I don't think he's gonna watch this.
Okay,
so-
Jarve, I hope you're not watching this, but
Taylor was
he
in love
this
with Jarve.
little black boy that I loved so much, and he just was like my biggest crush ever. Like I loved him.
He would like sing her like songs
Yo, he
on
would
the
sing.
bus.
Wait, what was it?
I
Okay,
don't
he
know.
would sing me this
He would
Drake
sing
song,
a song on the bus
and I was so in love with him.
and
That was
sit
my
next
first
to her
crush
on the
ever.
bus. It was so romantic.
But my
Um,
real crush, I don't remember. Like-
I like started to like look at boys when I was like 13. Like,
I-
you know when you're literally like, ew, I hate boys.
No, I
Boys
feel
are
like
so
I was
nasty."
never like that. I feel like I was never like I hate boys. What is it?
Girl, because you're fucking boy obsessed.
No, not. But no, I don't know how to explain it. But like, it's never been like an ick to me.
Yes, it has.
No, it hasn't.
Yes,
Boys have never been.
No, like, have you? Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I've never been like, ew, I don't like this boy. Like, I've always,
Like boys.
yeah. What do you think?
so.
Like,
I don't know. For me, like I started liking girls probably like the 4th, 5th grade. Also, like 3rd. I think I
like
liked a
you
girl
think
3rd
that
grade.
they're like cute and they're like pretty, but like that's it. And you
Well,
like
what I'm
never
try-
talk to them.
Yeah, like, but there's a point in time when you're not a little girl anymore. You're like, I want to date. I want to kiss. I want to like.
I
So
think
explain
that's,
that, explain that.
I think that's for me when I got here, because like,
yep.
in the United States,
Wow.
I don't like.
Okay, don't
boys-
stay out of pocket.
I don't like the boys from the United States. I like Colombian boys. For me, they're way cuter. That's my preference.
Yeah.
My opinion. I love Colombian boys. So when I got here, I was like, ooh, bigger
Dang!
selection. Um, but like for me, I don't know. I don't know when it was like the time where I was like, okay, like I want to date somebody. I don't know when that.
No, I
For me
think
was-
for me it was when I was 12, 13. Where I was like, I want a
Girl,
boyfriend.
weren't you 11?
When we got here, I was 11. But that's what I'm saying, 12, 13. Because when I was 11, I was still like a little girl. I was like, I hadn't gone through puberty, even though I got my period, but like I was still like a little girl, which I still am. But like 12, 13, I was like, I want a boyfriend. I want to talk to guys. I want to kiss, all this stuff.
Whoa,
kiss. Slow down, Charlie.
Girl, kiss.
Kiss who?
You have to kiss after marriage.
Yeah. Triple sided, especially for Ava.
Oh yeah.
What I
Kiss
want
after marriage, y'all.
what I want to know is, so how can parents help navigate? We'll give a little bit like tips now. I know we usually do it at the end, but like navigate through that like experience. Do you want your parents to talk to you about sex? Do you want parents to kind of be all up in your business? Do you want your parents to be like, I like a boy, what do I do? Or do you just like, nah, I just tell my sister or like tell like a friend?
Okay, I think it depends on how your parents are, because like I could be like, Dad, I really like this guy, and you'll be like, okay, and then like one day I'm weird and you're like, what did he do to you? What did he this? And I hate that. I hate when somebody thinks that like my all my emotions are because of this one person, because it's not like that. But I think that like
That's actually a good tip. So like parents, don't assume why they feel the way they feel. Ask,
yeah,
right? Ask.
yeah.
Is it because of Santi? Is it because of whoever? No, but I think I know what you're talking about. No, because I know what you're talking about, Ava, because you're probably talking about me. Because I'd be like,
Yeah.
what did he do now? Why are you acting like that? So it's a mistake that I've made, and that's why I think this is so cool and it's so real and so raw
My
that
thing
I
was
know
like-
exactly what she's talking about. I'd be in a room, open the door, she's like all depressed, like, what did he do now?
Yeah.
You know, so like I
don't
understand.
really like when like I like tell, because like I want to be open and like be like, oh, I like this person, because I think it's important more like when you like somebody, I feel like they should get to know your family, and like it should be like something that everybody knows about, because like why would you be with somebody in secret? So I think that it's important to talk to your parents about it. But I feel like parents also shouldn't be like, oh, you're like this because of him, or this or like that, because like I don't like that. I think like sex and like kissing and other things you can get diseases and other things from is very important to talk about.
Yo, but
That's
like,
sex. That's
Literally.
literal sex. So I think that's important to talk about when you first see like your child like wants to date somebody or wants to like be with someone, like for real, because it's something that can happen. Like you can like go out and like kiss somebody at a party and you can have herpes. I don't know. I don't really know all the diseases, but I think it's important to talk about everything about like relationship, boys, girls, vaginas, everything, before like they like actually do something, because they could be uneducated about it and then make a mistake because they don't know what they're doing, because they're obviously a kid. And teenage sex is so like what do you say, common nowadays, and I feel like a lot of teenagers aren't educated about it, and they like can make a lot of mistakes. So I think it's important for your parents to talk to you about it and to like explain to you what could happen, what could not happen, diseases, because diseases is very, very common nowadays, and just basically all the risks that sex and kissing and doing whatever with another person can come with. A lot of consequences.
I agree. And like also like have trust. Like kids with their parents, parents with kids. Because like if you don't have trust, then how are you gonna be able to explain that stuff, or like like, I don't know, say like, Dad, I like this guy. Like, you have to, like, me as a kid, like, I don't know, when I say like, Dad, I like this guy, like, I can trust you. And there's a lot of kids that like hide it from their parents because they don't have that trust, because the parents are gonna be like, you don't need a boyfriend, you're too young, you're too this.
Um,
And so it's
the
just
kid is
like,
gonna do it anyways behind their back.
yeah,
So
so
might as well
it's,
just tell your parents.
no, not
and
even
listen to
that,
them.
just like, and also if like you want to talk about sex and like kissing and everything, like you need to have trust with your kid. Like, how are you gonna explain something and the kid doesn't even like, it's like, okay, whatever. Like, also like not force it, because there's a lot of parents that are like, you can't do this, you can't go out because you're gonna be with guys, and like explain it in like a healthy way, because I know a lot of my friends' parents that are like so strict on them, and it's like the kid like gets stressed out, like, I can't do anything because my parent is saying
And they
that I'm
end
gonna
up
have
doing
sex
it behind their back.
yeah
Uneducated and not doing things the right way. So.
yeah, like, if, like, I don't know, like, I just have so many friends that they tell me like, my mom told me this, and like they don't explain it in like a good way. Like, they make it look like everything's bad. Like, you, that's why I'm saying you need to
Yeah.
have trust with your kid, because if you don't have trust, like, it's just gonna sound like force, like you don't have trust in them, like you're talking to them like you think they're like gonna be with all these guys and like have sex with all these guys. So
I'll never forget when Maddie first told me about like her first kiss, and then I saw a picture on Instagram where she was like all over him, kissing him, and I wanted to kill her. So Maddie,
Like,
if you're
what
watching
is
this,
this?
I love you,
What
but
is
that was,
this?
but she remembers that. But I think from the start of Maddie, because Maddie's the oldest, she's 21. When she first had a boyfriend, I think she was kind of like honest and open.
Didn't she have to like beg you?
But that was with Jaden. That was like she had to like beg
Why
me.
are you name
I'm,
dropping?
I'm name dropping. I'm gonna name drop more, but
Oh my gosh, no way.
but no, with Maddie, I think it was good. But like Ava, we didn't really get to talk about like your relationship. Your first relationship was here in Colombia.
Okay,
So let's talk about that.
I can talk hours
But wait,
about this.
But wait.
Please.
Before you start,
Let's not name drop anybody.
Yeah.
please.
so I think you were 15 when you first had your boyfriend.
I just turned 14. No,
15.
I was about to turn 15.
Okay, yeah, because
So
I
I
remember.
was 14, and like I in like 2 or 3 weeks, I was about to turn 15.
So for me, like, it's the exact same thing. Like, they're probably gonna hide it. So me and your mom talked. You met this kid from Colombia, where we are, and in Medellin. So like, do you think that was Do you think like your mom and I handled it great? That relationship, bad, whatever. Like, be truthful.
Okay.
It nothing hurt. Like, this is just for them to learn what we could have done better, what your mom and I could have done better. I know your mom's not here. She's gonna join us secretly in the next
I think
couple
you guys
episodes.
actually like took it pretty well. You guys were kind of more like, oh, because he asked for permission, and you didn't really understand him, but he talked to mom, and then you guys like hugged. So I was like, what? He talked to you guys about it. He asked for permission. Mom was just kind of like, you both were just like, just if you want to do it, you can do it. And I was like, okay. You guys handled it pretty well, but just like, it was super toxic. So like, I feel like when I was down about something else and then you guys made it about him, it just made it worse. Because also it was like, what was it? The phone is moving because of the wind. Okay, my dad just dropped the whole entire setup because I said the phone was shaking, and he went and the whole thing fell on the floor.
Hey,
Because he's a little oldie, so we had to reset. But what were we talking
we're talking about your relationship and how toxic it was, and
Okay, yeah. My relationship was with my first boyfriend was very toxic. In the beginning, it was really good. My parents still get along with him very well, which I don't know why, but they still get along with him.
it's more out of love. It's not about
Okay.
an ex-boyfriend. It's more like
Okay,
loving
yeah,
the kids.
Sure. But my toxic relationship with him, I feel like in the beginning it was good, so I feel like they weren't really like worried about it until like they saw like some signs that like we weren't doing okay. We dated for a long time. We dated for like more than a year and a half. Um, for being my first boyfriend, it was pretty good. We dated for like a year and a half, and then he broke up with me. Yeah. But my parents, they were really, they got along with him very well. They did everything for him like they were his parents. Um, just like one mistake that they made was just like seeing all my other emotions, like me being sad, me being upset, me being angry, because of him. And it was like it was like the first year that we were here still. So I was still trying to figure out myself. I didn't speak the language that well at all. We would talk through translator until I learned how to talk, which also helped me a lot, to talk better and to be more fluent. So thank you to my first ex-boyfriend.
I wanted to say something like,
Oh my gosh, no.
no, it's nothing bad.
Not her
just
opinions.
me seeing you as a sister and not a parent. I I felt like I blamed you too because of that, but it was
But blame me because of what?
because of him. Like
Okay.
every time you were like mad, I was like, it's because of Santi. But it was because like I knew when you guys would fight because I'm next to you all the time. I see your messages and I know the way you act when you're fighting with somebody, and you just like get annoyed. Like she just gets annoyed. Like, and I just know when it's because of somebody, or in this case, her ex-boyfriend. So like when you would get mad, it was like everyone's fault. Like I'm like not even like trying to be like rude.
Yeah.
But I know it wasn't your fault either because it wasn't only him. It was everything around you too.
Yeah, I think for me, it was just kind of like I didn't know how to control my feelings, I feel like, and that's on me, obviously. So, like, me being here, me being depressed without having my other sister, not having any friends, like, he was my only, like, friend, and Taylor. Which she would be like, break up with him, and I would be like, oh no. So like they were like my only friends, like my sister and my ex-boyfriend. So I felt like when something went wrong, I would just like explode. Like I would just explode, and like yeah, he might have done he might have done something to me that like made me upset, but I think that it was just like piling on like my other emotions that I had about being here, about not being able to communicate, about like a bunch of different stuff, like on it was like just piling. So maybe like I would explode, or I would be extra sad one day because of something that he said to me, but it was just like feelings on top of feelings on top of feelings. So it wasn't just like, oh, I'm mad at everyone because he did this to me. It was because, oh, he did this to me, and also like something else, like other feelings.
I think if you watch the first episode, Ava talked about being a missionary, but not fitting in New York because of her skin color, and then coming here with a different culture. I think that all culminates and accumulates into like, I have problems with my boyfriend. I lost my sister, meaning like my older sister's gone. So I think that's what you're trying to say. Like it just wasn't him. I almost name dropped.
He already name dropped it, so it doesn't even matter.
So like it wasn't just him. It was everything that you were going through, plus being lonely, plus being sad, plus being in a different country, plus learning a language.
Yeah.
So you said something very important about like, as parents, we try to just blame one thing. I guess it's just because of him, right?
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. But what can you tell another 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old girl or boy that's going through a toxic relationship? What are those signs? What are those things that you can look for? What are those things that you want to tell a girl who is probably going through something right now, like what you did when you went with that guy, when you were with that boy? Give them some advice, man. Speak.
Okay, so some red flags for me were like
Thanks for watching part 1.
Part 2 coming soon.
Bye.